The world of fashion, what comes to mind? New York, Paris, Milan? Well, how about Charlotte? As Carolina Impact Suzanne Stevens explains, a local man is taking on the fashion bullies, and he's doing it all right here.
See all this glitz? It's conceived and created here in a small studio on Monroe Road in Charlotte. Luis Macacao is the designer. A native of Peru, he came to Charlotte years ago to visit a friend and he fell in love with the area. So where does he find inspiration? Everywhere.
I like the buildings in downtown, for example. I like the geometry. I like the architectural style.
Is that translated into a gown?
Oh, absolutely.
He is particularly proud of this gown with its vibrant colors that remind him of Peru and its label.
Oh, it does say Charlotte on your label.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I love that.
This is the 4 places that I work.
So in New York, these pictures were taken during Macacao's first show at Fashion Week in 2010, where he debuted his collection at the Waldorf Astoria. He did all the work in Charlotte, and it turned out to be his breakout season.
And I've been doing collections everywhere, you know, every year, everywhere, but never in New York Fashion Week. So after the show, I went to the backstage and I started crying like a baby. I don't know what happened.
One of the highlights of his career took place in his native country. For 2 years, he was the personal designer for the President and First Lady of Peru. His latest project takes him to St. Lucia in the Eastern Caribbean. After presenting 3 runway collections there, Luis came up with a plan to introduce islanders to the world of fashion.
Yeah, this island, everybody's so fashion conscious, and they don't have a fashion school. So last year, I got the honor to meet the Prime Minister, Mr. Anthony. And we were talking about, you know, how can we help the island and stuff like that. And we decided, okay, maybe I should write a syllabus to create a fashion school in the island.
His 2-year program starts next year at a local community college. He's also working on another project, a fragrance line for men and women.
You will love it. You will totally love it. Yeah.
Luis created this in Spain. He was the actual nose, as they are called, or the perfumer who creates the scent. Back in Charlotte, he stays busy designing clothing for local clients. He says the Charlotte look is classy, and ladies tend to plan ahead.
I have clients who call me in January, and they gave me the whole year of events. So I have to make designs, you know, doing drawings and everything, and say, okay, in January you're gonna be this gala, or this on the, you know, that event with these dresses, and we plan the whole year.
And some of the best-dressed brides across the Piedmont wear Luis Macacao. He designed this gown for Heidi Castro.
I told him my story and my dream, and he said, I got you.
Luis transformed her story into this dress, making her feel like a princess.
I started crying. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was just so emotional just to see myself like what I've dreamt for many, many, many years.
Having worked in the fashion industry for so many years, Luis now uses his voice to remind the fashion world not to bully his models.
She was a size 6 model, and she was considered fat.
Macacao joined an organization called Fashion Against Bullying. At the end of his New York show last season, he walked up on stage to protest. When you consider all he's doing, it may leave you wondering, where does he get all his passion?
I guess I'm running out of time. I'm in my late 40s, my early 50s, and so I don't know how many more years I have left. So you need to leave something for the future generations.
I said how lucky we are in Charlotte to have a, you know, global international designer living here, just here.
So I have good news and bad news. If you want a ready-to-wear piece right off the rack, you're going to have to go to a boutique in Paris or Barcelona. But if you want your own bespoke, made-to-measure piece, he'll be happy to see you by appointment right here in Charlotte.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. If you want one of these great designs, well, it'll set you back about $3,000 a piece. Well, we've got a link to the website on pbscharlotte.org. All you have to do is click on the Watch Local Shows tab and then click on Carolina Impact.